started watching Girlfriends, you always thought Tony was wrong. Like, you always thought Tony was wrong on that. But Joan was toxic. Okay? Joan, she never laughed at any dudes because she was also always going crazy. Like, she literally losing her mind. And people couldn't stand up and be around her fast forward to the end. The dude she ended up with. Did they end up getting married, or was they just engaged? I think they ended up getting married because he was about to go off to war. The way she talked to him was crazy. Like, when around her friends, she just signed him and she just made him feel like he was poor. But she just made him feel crazy. Like, she talked to him crazy. Like, that was crazy. But Joan just so is it jealous? The word I'm looking for. She just, when Maya got married, she tried to take over her wedding. She ruined Maya's wedding. She ruined Tony's wedding, trying to make it about her and trying to follow behind a dude that she didn't even like, because she ended up dating his agent later on, and then they ended up not working because he wanted kids, and later on, then he said he did want kids, and then it was too late. She ended up dating him. Like, I do think, even she told Tony first love that she was cheating on him. Then trying to make it be like a mistake. Girl, what is wrong with you? That was crazy. Then Tony tried to sleep with her man because she knew he wasn't going to sleep with her, but she just wanted to make Joan mad. And then Joan stopped talking to her. And that's when they went to counseling, because Joan was like, act like she had a problem saying no to people and let Tony walk all over and stuff. And they had, but Tony and Joan grew together. But I think they met Lynn in college. I think, was Lynn Joan's roommate? I don't know about that, but I know they met in college. And then obviously Maya was Joan's assistant. Which that is, growing up, you don't even think about the nuances. And they were in their early 30s, I believe, or late 20s, which is crazy. Like, they act like they didn't have it figured out, but they actually really had it figured out. Like, Tony was a real estate agent. Joan obviously was a lawyer. William was a lawyer. Maya was an executive assistant. And then Lynn was just like a free bird. She had all these degrees, but she was just free bird because Joan was like mama bear to her. So yeah, I think she ended up doing things. She ended up singing. She ended up singing. But she wasn't a great singer. But Drew Sidora was in that episode. Is so funny. That is a baker's man. When Lynn was dancing, that was hilarious to me. That is a baker's man. That was trying to be young. That was hilarious to me. But Joan, okay, Tony was not the best friend and best wife throughout the show. But towards the end, you can tell she was trying to work on it. And then that's when Todd left her, which was crazy. I'm like, he the one got with her. He knew who she was, but he ended up being a problem later. I'm like, he married her knowing she was selfish and all these things, and conceited and all these things. You still married her. But then when the moment she was trying to work on going to counseling and actually trying to make an effort is when he left her. Like, that never made no sense to me. I was like, she working on it, trying to work on it, then you leave her. When she trying to work on it, you should never got with her in the first place. Yeah, that was crazy. But like I said, Tony wasn't a good friend most of the seasons, but towards the end, when she had a baby and stuff, when she had to get it together, she became better. But then that's when Joan started focusing on herself. She was like, look, I've been putting y'all first all this time, now I'm focusing on myself. If I can't make it to an event because I gotta go somewhere else, that's what's gonna happen. Puerto Rico. Wait, no, what was it? When she went to that party and embarrassed herself, instead of going to Maya housewarming or staying for Maya housewarming, she got drunk and then a dude. She missed Tony hearing. That was like one of the season before this last season. I think that was like the season before the last season finale. She missed because she was supposed to be a character witness for Tony and her custody, but she was missing it. So yeah, she was, and she didn't mean to miss it. Like, she did try to get there because she obviously knew that was gonna happen. But she ended up getting drunk and then not being able to get a ride home because the dude she was dating, since she basically left him for a dude that didn't want her, a basketball player that didn't want her. It was, I can't think his name either. I'm so sorry. The dude from the black dude from who's not even anyway. Whatever really love that show. That Empire show, who's on is it anyway? I know they brought it back, but I didn't watch it. But I used to love that show. That show was really funny. Only was the bad one, but Joan was also not good. Like towards the end, I get why she was like that because it's like, look, I've been putting y'all for a amount of time, and now that I don't want to, now I'm the villain. Child, now I'm putting myself first. I've been doing all this. It's time for me to live a little different. And Tony, as soon as Tony changed, like everybody else changed. Like as soon as she tried to help do better with Todd, he was like, "No, I'm done." Then as soon as she got a child and stuff, then Tony was like, "Child, Joan was like, a child, I'm living for myself, and I don't got time to be trying to focus on y'all." William, I love how he was friends with all of them. Like he wasn't great. He gave you straight. He had all the women too. Although I don't know if the women wanted him for money or what. That episode with Jill Scott, I think it was Jill Scott. Where the psychic William, whoever people say he should be with, he would go. He wanted love so bad or some child. The psychic said, "Oh, you should be with Jill Scott character," because she was like, I don't think she was a nurse because they made it seem like she was so poor. If she was a nurse, she wouldn't have been poor. She wouldn't have been rich, but she wouldn't have been as struggling as she was. So I think she was something else. Maybe she just worked at the nursing home. She couldn't have been a nurse. There's no way. Because being an adult now, there's no way she could have been a nurse because she shouldn't have been struggling that much. But because I don't think she had no kids and she shouldn't have been struggling too much, so she couldn't have been a nurse. She had to be something else. The psychic told him he should be with her, and then she was like, "No, you're supposed to be with Joan," which they literally had no romantic chemistry. And you saw that once they eventually started dating. They had no romantic chemistry. They had no business dating. They should have been friends. William always trying to listen. Joan was so desperate for a man, and William just whatever somebody said he went with. So it's like they should not have been together. I hate that they did that in the season. That's the one thing I don't like they did. They should have kept them as friends because now you're showing that a man and woman can't be friends because he slept with half of them. Because he slept with Lynn back at the beginning of the seasons, which is very strange that John would be with Will after he don't slept with Lynn. Which is actually crazy. But I guess when shows happen, you be writing and stuff that ain't really people do that, but it's weird. Yeah, Joan was very toxic, but you end up seeing like a group of black women friends like working through their issues was interesting. And then Mom being there, then Maya went on to be an author. And then her and they switched Darnell to, we don't talk about that much. Darnell was first Flex from 101, and they switched him to the other Darnell. People always talk about people switching, but they barely bring up that. And also in the game, Darnell, the original Darnell that was in a pilot, was when he was in Girlfriends, he was Lynn's brother, half brother, but then they made him Darnell, which was a little weird. But then he ended up not being Darnell. That was strange. People don't talk about that enough either because Darnell wasn't the original Darnell. And the white lady in it, they changed her too, but what do people consider the game a spin-off? Because to me, the part that is an actual spin-off because Kim was an actual character in Monisha. Tia was not an actual character in the game. Like they made one of the episodes for Girlfriends basing the pilot to the game, but she wasn't really a character, so like they just did that to introduce the character. I don't really consider that a spin-off. I know people be talking about like they always want to like say a Girlfriend spin-off, but I don't think they really need a spin-off. Like, did y'all not watch the season, like the last episode of the series? Like, that didn't need a spin-off. Joan, yeah, she was waiting on her dude to get back, but nobody really cared about him. His character wasn't built up enough at that time to really care about where he was. Liam, I think, was still doing music. Mine and Darnell, like, there was William was teaching Jabari how to drive. Like, yeah, that didn't matter. But Tony, literally, out of all of them, she was the most confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like that they made her the one to be the most confident. Well, she was actually the prettiest, but they were all pretty, but she was the prettiest to me. But I loved how they made her the most confident. She was also conceited, but she was the most confident too. So yeah, I did like that. People always talk about this and that, but they did make her the most gorgeous one. Like, especially to everybody. Everybody always, she was like, she the most gorgeous, and everybody else was like, she's the most gorgeous. That's how I want each show.